Hey, what's up, everybody? Once again, my name is DJ, doing what I do, sitting back here on a Monday, chilling. And man, I had to make this video real quick, man, because I'm sitting here, watching a lot of, I told you, y'all know I study attack videos and stuff like that. And I ran across a video, and I had to remake the video, in my own way. The title of the video is "How to Beat a UFC Fighter." How to beat a UFC fighter. So I'm gonna take it even further. I'm gonna make this video on how to beat a UFC or Bellator fighter. All right. I'm gonna tell you how to beat a UFC or Bellator, competitor in a fight. All right, I'm gonna tell you how to do that. Okay, all right, cool. Let me get my water, and we gonna get right to it. All right, cool. How do you beat a UFC or Bellator fighter? Okay, all right. I'm gonna give you three ways. I'm gonna give you three ways to defeat a UFC or Bellator fighter. All right, I'm gonna give you three. It's always three, sometimes more, but today I'm just gonna give you three. Three ways to beat a UFC or Bellator fighter. Before we even go into that, for those who don't know, everybody should know, but for those who don't know, a UFC fighter, the Ultimate Fighter Championship, is a mixed martial artist that is on top of their game, okay? A mixed martial artist that's on top of their game. There's no such thing as a UFC technique. Somebody say, I want to learn, how the UFC fight. There's no such, it's a league, okay? Just like NFL is a football league. NBA is a basketball league. The WBA is a boxing league, okay? So it's a league. It's the top league, okay? But it's a league, okay, of mixed martial artists. Bellator is also a league. It's a top league, probably right up under UFC. Okay, Bellator fighters are probably right up under UFC. Then you got one fighters overseas, stuff like that. But Bellator and UFC is pretty much the top, the cream of the crop when it comes to mixed martial artists. Mixed martial artists means they know a mixture of martial arts. I got to teach you something before I explain something to you. They know a mixture. They know a little bit about boxing or a lot about boxing. They know a little bit about kicking or kickboxing or a lot about kicking or kickboxing. A little bit about wrestling, jiu-jitsu, what have you, okay? Mixed martial arts. All right, so now that you know what the UFC and the Bellator fighters are all about, I'm going to give you three ways to beat them, all right? Three ways to beat a UFC or Bellator fighter. All right. The number one way that you can beat a UFC or Bellator fighter is to shoot them. I'm just keeping it real, all right? Hey, that's why I put the video out about what's the best defense the best way to defend yourself is a gun. If you want to defend yourself and you know that you're gonna get attacked by a Bellator fighter or a UFC fighter, right? And you have a choice, the best thing you could do is shoot them, okay? We talking about the UFC, guys. We ain't talking about the local MMA fighter that may or may not have even had any MMA fights. All right, we ain't talking about a dude that fight in the DC or Baltimore or Atlanta league. Or not, I ain't saying they can't fight, but they ain't UFC fighters. All right, we talking about a UFC and Bellator fighter. The best way to beat a UFC or Bellator fighter is to shoot them. Okay, I know if somebody's breaking in my house and they happen to be an all-star UFC fighter, and not that the UFC fighter would break in my house, which I'll get to in a second, but if they did, I would rather be pull out my gun than to have to go toe to toe with them. All right. Anyway, that's the best way to beat a UFC or Bellator fighter. All right. The second best way to beat a UFC or Bellator fighter is become a UFC or Bellator fighter. All right? Look, in order to get to that level, you know how much training you got to do? All right, you don't just you can't just decide tomorrow I'm gonna fight in UFC and then go fight in UFC. Oh no, you got to jump through some hoops, baby. You got to train to do that, man. You got to train. You got to not just train. You got to get some wins. All right, it's not one Bellator or UFC fighter that got into Bellator or UFC because they lost 5 MMA fights and now they're a UFC fighter. No, that's not how it happened. They got some wins. They're probably the best at wherever they was, okay? And then they got in the UFC. And a lot of times they win. They're the best in their league, get into the UFC, and then start losing. Like I said, you talk about the cream of the crop when it comes to fighting. All right, cream of the crop. So the second best way to defeat a UFC or Bellator fighter is to become a UFC or Bellator fighter. All right? The third way to defeat a UFC or Bellator fighter is to cheat your ass off. Hey man, you gotta pull out all the stops, all right? And I ain't just talking about eye gouging and growing kicks. I'm talking about everything. You gotta spit in their face, get in the flinch, try to rake their ears, anything you can think of. You gotta use any means necessary if you don't have a weapon, okay? Hey, look, if I had to fight, I don't know, Francis Magumbu. All right, I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. Francis Magumbu. Now, if you don't know who he is, look him up, okay? The man is like, I don't know, 7'12" or something. I don't know. Big man. If he hits you, if he hits the guys that is in the UFC and big, and they out for like a week. So imagine if he hit a regular dude, okay? If I had to fight Francis Magumbu, man, I would have to, I would have to cheat. I would use everything that I would use that anyway if I had to fight. But with somebody like that, I would have to use everything, every dirty trick I can possibly think of. And even then, if I say 10 times, probably 8 out of the 10 times, then I'm probably going to the hospital if I make it, all right, if he hit me, okay? 8 out of the 10 times, I'm going to win 2 out of those 10 if I cheat, all right? And if he know who I am, in other words, if he knows that, I'm a Krav Maga second-degree black belt and I got some skills, I'm probably going to have to knock that down to maybe 1. I'm going to at least give myself 1, okay? If I can get that, because he's going to be prepared for all of the stuff I'm going to do, okay? But if he don't know who I am, then if I could surprise him and get a lucky shot off or something like that, then, I may have a chance, okay? Maybe 2 out of 10. We're talking about the UFC. We're talking about Bellator. We're talking about the cream of the crop. Man, I'm going to tell you, I love Krav Maga and I love all the self-defenses and stuff like that. But you guys, y'all gotta stop deluding yourselves into thinking that you can use this stuff against somebody like a UFC fighter or a Bellator fighter. All right, it's just not gonna happen. Okay, these guys are the cream of the crop. All right, I don't care how much growing kicks and eye gouges and throat strikes that you think All right, if you got to go against a UFC or Bellator fighter, then you in a lot of trouble. All right, you better go with the first 2 ways. And 9 times out of 10, you ain't gonna be no UFC or Bellator fighter, so it's probably gonna be the first way. All right. So DJ, why am I even learning this shit? All right, why am I even taking Krav Maga? All right, if you taking Krav Maga because you want to fight a UFC or Bellator fighter, then you ain't tell me that when you signed up, because I would have told you I don't teach that. All right, that's not what you come into Krav Maga for. You're not learning Krav Maga so you can defend against a UFC or Bellator fighter. You're not even learning Krav Maga so you can defend against an MMA fighter. You're not learning Krav Maga so you can defend against a high-level jiu-jitsu fighter. You're not learning Krav Maga so you can defend against a high-level boxer. You're learning Krav Maga to defend against the average attacker on the street. okay? I just sat here, you can see my screen, maybe you can't see my screen, you know, and watched damn near 50 different, you know, sudden violent attack scenarios, okay? I've been watching, I went down this rabbit hole yesterday, now I can't stop watching it. And I'm gonna tell you, maybe about 50 of them. Out of the 50 attacks I watched, I think probably maybe 2 of the 50 of the attackers look like they may have known how to fight. These guys can't fight, all right? Oh, they can fight the people they're attacking. Well, number one is they are a surprise. So I always say surprise, you know, speed violence is hard to defend against, right? But number two, they picking their opponents, right? They just going out and attacking people that they think they can win. Okay, I tell you something else about the 50 people that I watched. I just watched 50 of them, all right? I don't know, I wasn't counting, but somewhere around 50. A lot of times, the bad guy lost. And you know when he lost? When the good guy knew something. It wasn't that he was some recognized UFC fighter. He knew something. He knew a little bit something about boxing. He knew a little something about jiu-jitsu. He knew a little something about self-defense, and he used that and was able to chase the bad guy off and stuff like that. And it's usually titled, self-defense instructor, defends against bad guy, or jiu-jitsu, practitioner beats, saves the day, or something like that. All right. So you learn the things that we teach so you can defend yourself against the average Joe Blow on the street, all right? Y'all, hey, stop thinking that you can use this stuff against masters of the martial arts. That's how we used to do our competition. Good evening, masters of the martial arts. Right? We're talking about the masters of mixed martial arts. All right. So I just want to put that out there, man. I'm so tired of seeing, how to beat a UFC fighter, how to beat a Bellator fighter. Well, I ain't never seen Bellator fighter before. I put that on there, just for my YouTube algorithms. I ain't gonna lie, But y'all gotta, hey man, don't delude yourself, man. Don't delude yourself. They're the cream of the crop, baby. And that's why I watch it all the time. All right? But whatever you're gonna do, guys, do it to the best of your ability. All right? Peace. I'm out. Oh! Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. All right? We keep it real over here, Krav Maga CDK, baby. CDK. CDK. I'm out.